Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. A great big shout out to my channel members for supporting my channel. Thank you. All right, so in this video, we're going to be doing my January 2023 completed pages. I am just keeping it all in one stack versus keeping it in each individual bookshelf. So there's quite a few books here. You may want to get comfortable, grab a snack, grab a drink, and as we go through my various pages, and then at the end of the video, like I've been doing, I will go into my coloring book journal and we'll check some things off. All right, so there's no rhyme or reason to this, but let's get started. My first completed page is out of this one, Erie's Postcards. I'm sure there's an actual name for this, but I didn't translate it. For my purposes, it's Erie Postcards 2022, and then the first one that I got, which was Erie Postcards 2021. That's how I segment it in my brain. And the page I completed was this one right here. This was for Olga Rani's Find in Color of Mermaid. I did this in Prismas, Artesas, Brute Funners, Ohuhu, Glaze, and Stickles. And I wanted it to be a pencil only page, but even though it's kind of small, it was towards the ending of the month and I didn't know that I'd be able to finish, and so I just busted out the alcohol markers, and it's a single-sided book, so that's not a big deal for me. But yeah, I thought, okay, I can do just pencil only for something this small, and that didn't actually work. I like how the stickles are, and I'm not too concerned. Yeah, I'm not too concerned that I can still feel it. It is a heavier cardstock paper, so even though there's some bumping and some ridging, it shouldn't be a problem. And more than likely, this is going to be an alcohol marker page just because it is quite detailed, so I shouldn't have to worry about any kind of ridging in that regards. But that was my completed page for this Erie's Postcard Book 2022. I did complete a page out of here, again for Olga Rani's Prompt of Mermaids. This is Hannah Lynn's Sweet and Simple Whimsy Girls, the pocket size edition, and I completed her right here. And I believe, yeah, this is the one that I keep at work, so I will be taking this back to work with me. Just keeping there, and it's a great little coloring book because it's really quick. This actually I completed in a lunch break in the office, and also because of some of the detailing in some of the pages, depending on any prompts that I might be following, sometimes I can find something in here that again is really quick and easy to do, and with Hannah Lynn stuff I like it to be really colorful. But this is Sweet and Simple Whimsy Girls by Hannah Lynn. This was a coloring book gifted to me by Pixie of Pixie's Projects. This is Area Veil by Chroma. And I actually did not finish the January prompt, which was this one right here. I'd say it's a good, I don't know, 60%, but I still have a little bit ways to go. I don't know, as of the filming of this, is if I've seen the video for the February page chosen, but that's fine. I still have to finish this one. But I did finish the one that I missed in December of this one right here. And so this was the December group buddy color for Complete Area Veil. If you have this, go ahead and check out Pixie's Instagram as well as her YouTube channel, because every month she's choosing a different picture to complete, and then at the end of 14 months this will be a completed coloring book because this is a coloring book with 14 pages in it. Now I did add the cobblestones to the street here as well as the fencing and this background because it was just a really awkward space. It's a very interesting perspective, but it also makes it awkward on how to add things to this. And although it's very simple, there's actually a lot of colors going on in here. And then to add just a little bit of dimension to the windows, there's some clear jelly roll glaze just to add a bit of shine. But I really like how this came out. But that is my completed page for this book here, Area Veil by Chroma. I will be finishing up that one I showed you, and then if there is a February one, then I'll go ahead and add that to my list. As usual, I did a Zan Von Zed with my friend Deb over at Instagram. Any of the channel names or Instagram pages I've mentioned, I will go ahead and link their pages or channels in the description box below. And so this is Zan Von Zed's Ladies of Leisure number 4. And this is the page we completed. I finished this on the 31st of January. I was coloring all the way up until the very last day. A lot of the background is done, actually all of the background is done in some Sakura watercolors that I have at work, because I did take that there to start during my lunch break. I didn't have a color scheme and it just kind of built out. I actually really like the look of pink and yellow, and so that's kind of how this page evolved. And the text on this page is, well, now that we have seen each other, said the unicorn, if you believe in me, I'll believe in you. And that is a quote by Lewis Carroll. At least that's what the internet said. I don't know where that's from. I don't know if that's actually legit. Sometimes I think some of the quotes attributed to people are not actually theirs, but whatever. This is what I wrote down, and it takes some space, and I also like they're kind of side-eyeing each other. But that is my completed page out of this one, Ladies of Leisure 4 by Zan Von Zed. If you're wondering, I am slowly filming my completed pages video, and purple means to talk about in my completed pages video for the month, but any other color, that means when I'm doing my countdown for other things, and I'll show you that in a little while, then I don't have to keep rifling through all of my books, if that makes sense. This could have counted toward Lavella and T's Color Your Hoard for January 2023. As you guys know, my Instagram game is weak sauce. In fact, I kind of vomited Instagram posts right around the beginning of February just to catch up on things I should have done last month. And that's probably how things are going to go. You know, radio silence for me and then vomit of posts, but whatever. This I did get from Amazon Japan. This is One Piece Seasons. This is a anime cartoon that I really enjoy. I don't link any books in my completed pages videos, so if there is anything that you see in this video that you'd like me to link for you, it may or may not be an affiliate link, just depending on the source, then just let me know in the comments below. And the page I completed here was another Find in Color for Olga. The prompt was snow. It was her like month and 15-day prompt. This is Trafalgar Law. He's a crew member of Luffy's pirate crew. There are, I think, over 1,000 episodes of the One Piece anime. I've only seen up until 325 because that's all that Netflix has dubbed in English. And so I do prefer the dubbed version. I have seen that on Funimation, they actually have a lot more, so I will need to subscribe to that monthly service. So I know who he is, but I've actually never seen any of the dubbed episodes with him in it. But I do watch snippets on YouTube sometimes, and so I've seen his character. Just again, I've never actually gotten to that part of the anime. This paper actually, although there's a little bit of buckling, it took my Inktense paint pans quite well. It also takes the Fantasia pencils that belong to my sisters. These are just a budget brand, I believe from Germany, really well. And on the other side, down here where there's some glaze pen action, there's a little bit of ghosting. And then right in here where I probably didn't let it dry before I kept adding layers of the Inktense paint pans, but this is not ruined to me. So this is definitely a page that I can do in the future. But I really enjoyed this. So that's my completed page out of here. One Piece Seasons, and I did get this from Amazon Japan. I completed a page out of this one. This is the Dollhouse book. I actually don't know what it's called. I was inspired to get this by Sarah of Chronic Coloring Down Under because I had seen a flip through on her channel. And the page I completed was this one right here. This was for another Find in Color for Olga of Snow. There's a little snowman right there. And the way that I attacked this page is I wanted to have all of the colors in every single one, because I believe this actually could have been colored in a seasonal method, but I didn't want to have to choose a million different colors. So if I used a purple, then I tried to fit it into all of the different sections. So it definitely looks cohesive, but maybe not necessarily seasonal. And honestly, I didn't care. So long as I had the snowman, it fit the thing that I wanted it to fit. And so that's my completed page out of this one. This also could have counted towards Megan over at Colorful Pirates, Animals Doing People Things. This could have counted towards Color Your Star Zodiac because of the rabbit. This could have counted towards Comfy and Cozy for Poet, which was a like 2 or 3 month hashtag that Poet was doing. And this also could counted towards my Tackle Your Treasures 2023, because this is the second page that I've completed out of here. I have this picture because I did send it to Olga, so I might actually still post it to all of those things, but I write that down just because it helps me feel productive, even if I don't necessarily actually post to Instagram, because reasons. But that's my completed page out of this one, The Dollhouse from Amazon Japan. I could not tell you who the artist is, and I actually couldn't tell you exactly what this was. I did complete a group buddy color. This is Mid-Century Modern Animals, and the people in the group buddy color as of right now, which is February 5th, is Megan over at Colorful Pirate, Tammy of Tammy Colors 2, Maya of Colored by Maya, Doodle of Doodle Robot, and Kay Carey of Carrie K. And I think Carrie and Megan have already posted the various pictures to Instagram. Maybe some of the others. I'm horrible at it, so it may or may not go up. I don't know. But that's the people in this group. And I believe the way that we're going to attack this is we're going to complete a page out of this on every odd month. And then another one that a lot of us are working on at the same time, we'll be posting to that one in every even month. So you'll see that in my February completed pages. And the page that I completed is this one right here, the cats sitting on top of one another. And I use quite a few different mediums in this. So this has acrylic paint pen. It's got dual hybrid metallic. It has got some washi tape that I've kind of fussy cut. It's got a Tim Holtz sticker and a Pentel metallic pen. So I was absolutely inspired to do this in this way because Doodle Robot has a book that she's doing in black and white, and I thought it was just really visually striking. So I thought as an homage to that, I would do this in black, white of the page, and then silver, and I think it's really pretty. And you definitely should check out Carrie K, and again, I think it was Colorful Pirates Instagram. I know someone had done it. Again, I'm really bad at that. But it shows all of the various pages and the way that we each tackled this. It's really interesting. But I'm looking forward to our, March buddy color. And I actually can show you what that's going to be, which is this owl page right here. And I'll just mark that. So March 2023 group. And then the one we chose for May is this one right here. May 2003 group. And so that is Mid-Century Modern Animals. The artwork is by Jen Ski. I don't think this is available on Amazon. I actually didn't buy this from Amazon. I bought this from Abe Books. But again, if there's any books you want a link to, if I can find one, then just let me know in the comment section below. I did complete a page out of this, Anna Jaren's Astrology Coloring. I did pick this up in Amazon, although you might be able to find it in your local Walmart. And the page I completed was this one right here. I did post this one to Instagram, and this was for Find in Color of Monkey for Olga Rani. This counts towards my own hashtag, Color Your Star Zodiac 2023. This counted towards the January prompt for Pixie's Disney Coloring, which was Abu, the monkey from Aladdin, although Aladdin was actually the theme. And then this also could have counted towards Tackle Your Treasures 2023 because it is it's only the second page that I've completed out of here. The other tabs that you see here are just some group buddy colors that I have not done. So I'll mark this one. And then the only other page that I've done is this one. And it's interesting to me that even though I'm not a huge fan of mandalas, and it's kind of a mandala, the only two pages I've completed in here are kind of mandala-ish. Now there's only 3 colors in this. There is the black-red dual hybrid metallic, there is a black acrylic, and then there is a dual hybrid brush pen in gold. That's the only 3 colors on this page. I think it's very striking. It did take a little bit of time because there's quite a bit of detail. This is the monkey that I was referring to, but I think it's really nice looking. But that is my completed page out of this one, Astrology Coloring by Anna Jaren. This was a group buddy color with the lovely Amanda Downey from Instagram, as well as Kate's Coloring Haven. This is a Carla Magana's Graveyard Girls. And the page we did was this one right here. And this one was giving me all of the Betty Rubble vibes, although I believe her outfit's a different color. Maybe not. That was the inspo for this. I chose this page because Olga Rani's prompt of parrot. And it's a really straightforward coloring. It's all alcohol markers. There's a little bit of dual hybrid metallic on here. And a little bit of white gel pen, but not a ton. And then just a little bit of distress ink in the background. Just to add a little bit of sky. And basically, it was just whatever was left on a brush that had blue on it. And then her name is Gaga Granite. The entire portraits in here, I do want them to have a name that starts with G because it's Graveyard Girls, and so all of the people in here should have G names because that's how my brain works. But that was my completed page out of this one, Graveyard Girls by Carla Magana. This was a buddy color with my girl Colorist Jen over at Instagram. I actually missed the mark because this was our December buddy color. Actually, in a little bit, we'll show you our January buddy color. But the buddy color that we did was this one right here, the Snow Queen. This was also towards Olga Rani's Find in Color of Snow. And these colors just kind of happened. I don't know that I necessarily thought she was going to be in like salmon, pinks, and purples, but that's what she's in now. For all of this, I thought maybe I should do some stickles, and then I just got tired, and so it's just a yellow highlighter. And then for me, whenever I'm doing any kind of crystal or quartz work, I do some coloring down, and then I white out the lines with some white gel pen and call it a day. And there is some Wink of Stella in her dress right here. And I think she's just really shine-tastic. Definitely go ahead and check out Jen's page for her version of this. It was absolutely beautiful. Our February buddy color is this one right here. This is Morgiana from Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. This will count towards Olga Rani's prompt of Arabian Nights. That goes towards the end of February. And as you can see, I haven't started this, but even though it's quite detailed, to me, it's probably going to be a very quick color because I will be using alcohol markers. This background will all be in one solid color, and then I might actually just go in and highlight some areas with a glitter gel pen. I'm not sure yet. Oh, they just realized her head is detached from her neck. So I'm not sure what that's about, because you can see the background is peeking right there. But as my completed page out of this, this is Color Me Enchanted, and there are two artists in here, Masha Dians and Gala Lazuli. I did complete a page out of this, Matchstick Mouse by Morgan O'Brien, and this one was to fulfill something that's in my coloring book journal, and when I get to that, I'll talk about that then. But this is the page I completed. And the background, I actually wanted to be light blue because my color prompt for Morgan O Color Challenge or whatever it is. Did I write it down? Yeah, Morgan O Color Challenge. That's my own hashtag, and I always forget exactly what it's called, was light blue, but that actually turned out that color, so I'm like, whatever. The light blue I'm getting here, and that's more so because the marker was actually running dry, and so it's a little lighter than you can see it actually would be. And then in here, I didn't know what that was, so originally I thought that was background, and then I realized this is a really fluffy chicken, and so that's part of her coat, and so I had to go over this quite a few times to get it dark. There wasn't a lot of the same like crochet markings, and so it was a little weird for me at first, but I like how it looks now. And the text I put on here was, Matchstick Mouse could not wait to share her new flower hat with her friends. It fit her perfectly and smelled oh so pretty. Yeah, I like putting text on this because there is a lot of wasted space to me. And that way, if there's some writing on the page, I don't feel a need to kind of do anything else to the background. But that is my completed page out of this one. And that is Matchstick Mouse, a floral coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. I did play some catch up in this one. The way home, I missed my own group buddy color for December, so I did that one as well as January. If you're playing along at home, the February page is this one right here, and clearly I have not completed that one yet. So the one that I did for December is this, a very quick color. I couldn't tell you if this was what these characters are, or if there's an actual episode with this. I kind of half pay attention to things, so I don't know what color they actually are supposed to be, but I just like the color contrast. And instead of doing green trees, because he's green, I just put them in purple, and I really like how this looks. The text on this page is, Baby Grogu wasn't sure what he thought of the cold, but he did really enjoy snuggle cuddles with his two new friends. And if you're wondering where I'm getting the posties, I did get these transparent posties from Amazon. I showed this in another video, and so I'm just using this. I did order some more page flags, but they're not coming until the next week. And again, this will just help me as I'm going through my collection so that I don't have to keep flipping through my coloring books. And purple is the only color that actually means something. Everything else just makes me double check what that page is, because it could mean something other than a completed page. The January page is this one right here. Again, quite a quick color, and my marker for the Tauntaun was running out, but a lot of times I actually really like the look of that, because then it seems to me it gives some texture without any effort, and I can still use my my markers. And even with the blue of the snow, that's just because the paint pen was, or the alcohol marker was running out, and that's all that I could get out of it. But it makes a cool effect, and so I'm not mad when things don't come out perfectly even, because then I can always tell my brain, yeah, that's just texture. This here says, Baby Grogu loved traipsing around the winter tundra on their friend Tommy the Tauntaun. Oh man, but that smell. And that's my completed page here. So I did do 2, and I am all caught up. And this is The Way Home, a galactic coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. This was a buddy color with my girl Doodle over at Doodle Robot. I actually do have some other buddy colors in here that I've never gotten to yet, and so that's still on my radar. But what Doodle I completed out of Christina McAllister's Serenaya is this one right here. Now, she colored it in the way of the Tribbles from Star Trek. I've never actually seen that episode, although that name is part of like pop culture lexicon, and so I've heard it. I think they're white, like she made it. But these colors, they just happened. There was no rhyme or reason. I think I had put the Distress ink down of green in the background because I did know I want these guys green. And then everything else was just kind of built around there just to pop. But I really love how vibrant this page is. And I really love how her page came out. So definitely go ahead and check out her completed pages video. I don't know that she posted it to Instagram, but I definitely seen it in her completed pages. But it was a fun color, and I do want to get back into this coloring book and do some of the other buddy colors that I have. But that is Christina McAllister's Serenaya. This was a January buddy color with my girl, colorist Jen. Hers is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if she's posted it to Instagram yet. She did send me a picture of it via DM, and it's just so beautiful and vibrant and colorful. But mine, again, it kind of happened. So I had put the blue down, and then I had put the green, and I had put the brown, and I really liked how those three colors played off of each other. And so I really was just going to focus on brown, green, and blue. And then when I had finished all of that, it was still a little boring to me. So I did some pencil shading, just a little bit. Then I came in with my orange Pentel Glaze pen and just added some pops of color, and that really just pushed it over the edge for me. And I really like how this came out. So I'm really happy that we did this. I want to say that someone is doing a Creative Haven year-long hashtags. I don't know why I keep thinking it's Amanda Downey who's doing it. But I'll have to look because I didn't write that down, because this definitely would have counted towards my hashtag, Tackle Your Treasures, because this is the second page I've done in this book right here. But yeah, I think there's a Creative Haven year-long hashtag. If there is one, definitely let me know in the comment section below so I can update this page. Again, did I post this to Instagram? No, that's not the point. not for me anyway. But that is Entangled Landscapes, a Creative Haven coloring book, and the artwork is by Angela Porter. Thank you, Jen, for doing this buddy color. And again, you've seen the one that we're going to be doing for February. I did complete a page out of this one. This was a buddy color with my girl Megan over at Disney Megs. And this is Nice Little Town ABC. And so we did this page here. Her letter of January was W, and the majority of this is done in Inktense paint pans. And then this is my high chromatic watercolors in gold. That is a local company here in Hawaii that sells handmade watercolors, and I really like the product, and they smell really pretty. I don't know what it is, but they smell really good. And then the letter for February is L, and so this is the page that we're going to be working on together for this month. And I think we're going to be doing a lot of pages in here. It does help that there's one letter, one page for every letter in here, because then it just makes it really easy to go through the book. Right now I've got 2 completed pages in this book. But yeah, it's really fun with her alphabet challenge, just because we get to do a buddy color, but also it helps me focus on particular pages in this book. And that is Nice Little Town ABC, and that is by Tatiana Bogema Stolova. I was really happy with the page I completed out of this one. This is Hannah Carlzon, Tales from the Witch's Cottage. This is the very first page I've completed in this coloring book. And I did this one right here. This counted towards my hashtag of Hannah K Treasure Hunt 2023 because the prompt was star. And then it also counted towards Olga Rani's Finding Color of hat, and it could have counted towards Color Your Whore 2023 for January, because again, this is the very first page that I completed. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a background because I just had colored this. There's some black acrylic paint, there's some Inktense paint pans, a little bit of pencil work, but it looked rather plain, and so I did put a light color of distress ink and then used a stencil for the bubbles. And then the text on this page says, "A wise witch knows the shadows comes from the light." And that is a quote by Dacia Avalon. I just looked up a quote about witches, and I like this one, and I added it to the page. But I really like how she came out. I think she's really pretty. And so that's my completed page out of this one. Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hannah Carlzon. I'm not sure why my words are weird today, but I'm sorry. I completed 2 pages out of here. Patty and I are doing a buddy color every month on this. I think she's nearly done with this book, and I could not be happier. And the pages that we did, this was the first, and again, it's one of those, I did not expect this color palette to be what it was, but I put the background first in Distress ink. And then just to make things pop, but also because it was done on the 30th and I was running out of time, I just chose 1 or 2 different colors to kind of highlight the back. So to me, it's very 70s retro colors, but I think she's really striking. Patty's was really pretty. And Patty, her background is in white, and that just makes all of her colors just pop and be a lot more vibrant. And so this definitely, like I said, gives me those 70s retro vibes, but I also think hers was quite beautiful. And the text on here is, "Be your own kind of beautiful." And then the second page we did, this counted towards Olga Rani's Finding Color of Butterfly, is this girl right here. And the text on here is, "Love is the magician that pulls man out of his own hat." And that's a quote by Ben Hecht. I did add some backgrounds by way of stencil work and Distress ink, just because all that was on the page was this right here, and I just kind of wanted to extend it out. This is... My stencil work is not that great because the stencil is not as big as this, so I had to kind of do layers, but I think it's still effective anyway. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I'll need to come back in here and mark the 2 pages that we're going to be doing for February. But this is Surreal Fantasy by Ikuko, and once she's done with this coloring book, I'll actually need to go through and see if I'm actually already finished with it as well, because some of these I've colored twice already, and it's one of the very few coloring books that I have that have doubles in it that I'm more than happy doing that. In fact, I will need to come back in here and just mark down all of my completed pages, but I have not gotten to this bookshelf yet of filming my collection, so that's a project for another day. This one right here was gifted to me, and this was a buddy color with my girl Pixie, and I wanted to color this, and I chose this page because to me this is me and her. January was her birthday month, and so this is me and her with some shenanigans for her birthday. Now it's weird because I don't know what her eye color is, and I don't know why I think her hair is on the lighter spectrum of brown or perhaps blonde. But this is Pixie, because Pixie, in my mind, loves pink, because all her channel art is in pink. And this is me with the darker hair, and I love pink and green, and so this has a lot of symbolism for me. The skirt here is done in washi tape, and I think that looks really good. This brown is also in some washi, and then the background, because it is quite busy, I just did some gray alcohol marker and just made it recede. And then this is a Tim Holtz snarky sticker, and it says, "Friendship must be built on a solid foundation of sarcasm and shenanigans." And I loved it. I love working on this page. I loved thinking about Miss Pixie and her belated birthday and just sending her good positive thoughts. Yeah, so this was fun. I do want to come in and work in this some more. This also could have counted towards Color Your Horror because this is the very first page I've done in this book. And so, yeah, it was a good time all around. But that's my completed page out of this one, Christopher Hart's Fashion, and this was from Amazon. This is the second to last book. I did complete a page out of this, World of Flowers by Joanna Basford. And I wanted to do a Joanna Basford page because I actually want to do a Joanna Basford page every month, but J.I. Colorist was actually having a hashtag for January, which I believe was Johanna in January, and I'm not going to lie. Put my name in a hashtag and I'm there. I'm in it to win it. So if you want to do a Johanna in February, do it. And I'll actually, because I actually posted this to Instagram. Yeah, you put my name in something and I'm gonna be there. But this here was interesting because this was for Olga Rani's Finding Color of Monkey. There was never this monkey on the page. I added the monkey to the page because one, I wanted to do a Joanna Basford page. I don't have Magical Jungle, so I didn't have a monkey, and I just thought, you know, two birds, one stone. So the background is done in Distress ink. I just doodled him on and then colored him in. This was done in water-based markers and some pencils. And the text on here says, "You never do know what's around the bend. A big adventure or a brand new friend." And that is from Curious George. And I thought that was appropriate because he also is a monkey. And again, the colors just kind of happened. I actually did all of this work first before I did the background, and I kind of wanted to tie the colors together, and that's why it is this color scheme. But I really enjoyed it. I think it looks very striking. And so if you're looking for the monkey page in World of Flowers, you're going to have to add in your own monkey. But that is Joanna Basford's World of Flowers, a coloring book. Final completed page for the month of January 2023 is out of Erie. I believe this is the Fairy Tales one. I did purchase this from Amazon Japan, and this was a buddy color with my friend Tammy at Tammy Colors 2. I love that we are doing an Erie page every single month, it seems, and it just Erie is probably one of my top 3 artists out of all of my coloring book collection, and I have 9 of her books, because that's all, I don't want to say that's all, but that's what she has, 9 total coloring books, and then I have her 2 postcard books, and so this just gives me a reason to come in here. This was done predominantly with Inktense paint pans. I came in and did some additional work in her hair with some pencils, those Fantasia pencils. I did a little bit of work in the bamboo, again with those Fantasia pencils. There's some dual hybrid metallic, some glaze pen, dual brush pen, and some moonlight gel right there. And our pages are actually very similar in that she has a red kimono with some gold highlights. The way that Tammy did hers was her entire outfit was done in red, but I did want to do reds and pinks and blues. But hers is so beautiful. So I love doing this with her. And I think our other buddy color for February is this one right here, and this is going to go towards Olga Rani's monthly prompt of Arabian Nights, and so this one I'll be working on later in the month. So just mark that so I don't forget. But that is my last completed page for January. Let me get my coloring book journal so we can start crossing off some things. So as you may or may not know, this is my A5 dot grid journal from Maisie Lane Co. They are no longer selling dot grid journals, but I have lots of room in this, so I'm going to continue using it until I run out of space. And so let's just start here. So this is something I had set up back in 2022, and because I still have tons of spots for this, I didn't put this into the 2023 section. I don't feel a need to transfer it over just because it's still in the same book. And so the current weekly prompt is clock, watch, or hourglass, and then the Arabian Nights goes through the end of February, and that's for Olga. What I'm going to start doing is counting how many pages I've done for the weekly and the monthly prompt, and then it'll give me an idea of how much of Olga's prompts actually drive the work that I've done. And when I show you some numbers in a little bit, you'll see it's quite extensive. I checked and I did not see Coloropoly for January or February, and so the next time when that comes up, then I've already got the space for that. Again, I didn't feel the need to write this again because right now this is predominantly just my coloring book journal. And so let's look at the various things I'm focused on and see how I did. So I did not do an opal page, so that's a fail. Well, not a fail. My hobby is my hobby and I do what I want. I did do an eerie page. I had several portraits, so that worked. I did not have a pencil only page, so there's that. I did have a Hannah Carlzon page, so paperback works. 10 by 10 could have been Eerie, could have been Joanna Basford, so that works. Zan Von Zed, yep, did that with Deb. Joanna Basford did that as well. Group Buddy did that as well. Ikuko, yes, with Patty. And then that Morgan O'Brien flower page is from Off the Shelf. So as I mentioned when I was doing my coloring book journal, I've got 7 shelves, stacks. It works in my mind. And so the random generator number for January was 4, and so that book is off my 4th bookshelf. So I do need to write or roll a number for February and then pick a book for that. So that one worked as well. And then for hashtags, Tackle Your Treasure, yes, I did. Grogu in 2022, yes, I did. Morgan O, yes, I did. Light Blue. Color Your Star Zodiac, yep. Hannah K Treasure Hunt, yep. Color Your Hoard, yep. And this to me doesn't mean that I posted to Instagram. It just means I colored a page that could have counted towards that. In my mind, it makes sense. So Meg's ABC Color Challenge, yep. Complete Area Veil, yep. Even though I didn't finish the current month, I did complete a page. Pixie's Disney Coloring, yes. And then Animals Doing People Things, again, that's being hosted for the year by Colorful Pirate. And yes, right there. All right, so not a bad month. I did a tally. And I had to think about this a little more. So for my group buddy colors, this is a group buddy color that has a hashtag and has a specific page chosen. And so right now, the only 2 that count towards that is my Grogu in 2022 and Complete Area Veil. But for the Mid-Century Modern Animals group that I'm in and the Magical Dreamlands group that I'm in, I'm actually create a hashtag for that because then that will count as well, because those are very specific pages on a specific month. But for my individuals, that can be a small group or it can just be one-on-one. And so my numbers for this for January, and I'm using my twin tone Tombow pen because it has 2 different sizes, is I did 11 individual or small group buddy colors, and then I completed 3 pages for my group buddy colors, and that means the Grogu in 2022 I did 2, and Complete Area Veil I did 1. Yeah, I really had to kind of think about this because like the Finding Color is a group buddy color, and then I've got groups with Deb and Amanda and Kate. And so it's just, how do I actually distinguish between an individual group and this group buddy? And in my mind, that's what it means. And that's why I wrote it down that way. My completed pages for January was 22 pages. And again, this isn't something that I've done in the past, but I liked when I saw Patty do this, where she showed how many pages she did for the year. And it just seems super productive. I don't know why I like my hobbies to feel productive, but I do. Now for finding color, I did a total of 8 pages devoted to the weekly prompt and a total of 4 pages devoted to the monthly prompt. And so 12 pages total were just devoted or chosen for finding color. So that's more than half of the pages that I completed for the month. And to me, that's really interesting because I've said it before. Olga drives a lot of the pages that I do. And if I can sync them up with buddy colors I'm already doing, even better. But I just like, whoa, okay, well, there's data now. I had a feeling, but now I can actually see it. This is just pictures I will print out sometime in life, definitely before the end of the year. But this is my untouched coloring books. This I will need to film, hopefully. It's a lot on here, but we'll go through this together. So Dreams of Dragon, still have not completed. Ville Sauvage, nope. Manga Glow in the Dark, nope. Throne of Glass, nope. Victorian Fantasy, nope. One Piece, yes. So that's January 2023. Demon Slayer, nope. Bois de Pouls, nope. Mystery Island, nope. Mid-century modern animals, yes. And Magical Dreamland, no. Magical Worlds of Amplifage, nope. Diary of a Witch, nope. Adventures of Tiny Girl, nope. Color Me Enchanted, yes. Manga Artist, Fashion, yep. That's the one I did for Pixie's birthday. Ikuko Japanese Girls, nope. Hannah Carlzon Tales from the Witch's Cottage, yep. Rooms of Wonder, no. Eerie Postcards, the 2022 edition, yep. Lettier of the Witch, no. Serenaya, yes. Magical World, I have, but in February, so I won't mark that until the end of this month. Serenaya. Oh, I've got that twice. I will need to fix that. A World of Broken Dolls, no. Coloring Heaven, Starry Night, no. Chibi Coloring Book, no. Fairlandia, Transcendence. Actually, I have a few more that I'm going to add to this list, but that'll be for another time. And let me just do this. Because I counted it twice. And then I've yet to film any more of the videos for my coloring book inventory collection, but as I do, I'll go ahead and fill this out. So yeah, that is my completed pages video for January. This is something that we're going to be doing every single month. And this one here especially is probably the most interesting to me. It did take me probably a good 20 or 30 minutes to go through everything, keep a count. Here's a little Post-it note. And so it's not something that I'm going to do until the end of the month before I'm filming the videos, but I'm hoping at the end of the year it'll look interesting, but also just, again, make me feel productive. All right, guys, I'd love to know if you had a favorite page for this month. And as always, aloha.